So, if you were in my shoes, what would you say? If you knew after almost 20 years there are only a few more times to preach, what would you want to say? That's the question I've been asking, and I've told you before that with my kids, we had a daddy kid conversation that we call the four things, advice uh, that I gave to each of them when they were younger. Um, I've decided I've got four things I want to share with you in our remaining time in ministry together. And this Sunday, I want to offer a phrase kind of as a blessing. The phrase you've heard me say time and time and time again: if I understand the text. I want to walk around in that a little bit and remind you why that has been an important phrase for me and I think for us. And we'll follow that with we believe, help our unbelief, and follow that with do the good that is yours to do, and follow that with live toward God's promised day. I want to begin with if I understand the text. We're going to read an old chapter, the 8th chapter of Nehemiah, an old story that most biblical scholars say tells us of the first preachers who interpreted the Torah. And we'll talk about how that is an important practice for you and for me and for what it has meant to us over the years. So I hope you'll be able to join us at either of our campuses for any of our services this Sunday. I would love to see you. And as a reminder, next Sunday, the 24th of September, the last Sunday of September, about a year ago, I got asked by the Westminster Church in Charleston, South Carolina, if I would come preach their 200th anniversary. I owe a debt to those people. They ordained me. I also stood in that sanctuary and was married. And so I agreed to do that. So I will be doing that on the last Sunday of September, preaching for them. And Roger will preach for you. And he will lift up a phrase that's important to him, a phrase that you have heard him say time and time again. But I'll let him tell you about that. But I hope your weekend is gracious, and I would love to see you on Sunday. Blessings.